Well, podcast, of course. Tonight is Freaky Friday, okay? So tonight, I'm gonna let a couple of viewers come on here. Oh, okay, I got 2 viewers already. So, okay. Tune in, okay? Tonight is Dreamwear Podcast. Of course, y'all know it's Freaky Friday, okay? So tonight, I was supposed to have a guest in the building, but tonight she had to cancel because she's a little under the weather. And I am too, to be honest. I'm under the weather myself, but of course, I'm gonna have to stick to the plan and still come on here and do what I do, okay? So, tonight, we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna jump right on into it. So, tonight, this is for the ladies. Of course, they gonna tune in, as I talk or as I proceed. So tonight we're gonna give y'all nine different positions to do, ladies, for your man. Okay. So I got 9 positions that I wanted to share with the ladies to, not bore they man, especially if they've been with them for a long time, because shit get boring. So, okay, we know the typical positions, and that's ride, doggy style. Okay, missionary, which missionary is one of my favorite positions. And also, and we really don't discuss no more than those 3 positions, you know what I'm saying? Because those are the normal positions that ladies normally get in or men normally put women in. You know what I'm saying? So tonight I want to give 9 different positions that you can, get in or your man can put you in. You understand what I'm saying? So the first position is the crab, okay? And the crab is like riding, but instead of riding him, leaning forward on him, you can sit on him and lean backwards, like go backwards on him. Hey, okay, and their position, of course, give it a different type of feeling when you are like leaning back instead of leaning forward. So that's like a different position. When you are riding him, you kind of like upwards and not leaning, you kind of leaning forward on him. But the crab position, you kind of leaning backwards like you grabbing his ankles or something like that. So that's a new position to try, ladies, if you have never tried the position before, okay? It's called the crab, okay? And of course, I'm a Cancer, so, hey, that's my Spilo. So, okay. So, the next position, the second position I wanted to introduce to y'all is the, it's the cowboy. And the cowboy position is sort of like riding a little. But instead of him laying his legs flat up under you, like you're laying on top of his legs, instead of him laying his legs flat on top of you, he kind of got his legs supporting your back a little bit. So, like, this the cowboy. This called the cowboy position, okay? So, that's another, like, interesting, but like if you had a long day and he wants you to get on top of him and you really don't feel like getting on top of him, then get in the cowboy position where he can just support your back with his knees, like he's prepping you up and you just on him and you doing your thing and he's still supporting you at the same time. So, okay, so that's the second position, ladies, okay? And the third position is called I'm trying to get my notes right, y'all. The absolute 6'9", okay? So, the absolute 6'9", of course, is 69, okay? It's you riding his face, and of course, you giving him oral sex at the same time. So, instead of saying 69, it's called absolute 6'9". That's the proper term for it, okay? And thank y'all for tuning in to my podcast. How y'all doing? If it's your first time coming on, I thank you for tuning in. Okay? So, that's the third position. Okay? And the fourth position is called the victory. Okay? So, the victory is, of course, you land on your back and your legs are in a V-shaped form and he's between your legs, but he's sitting up. That's called the victory. And that's another name for missionary. But you know, of course, we do one leg down, one across his shoulder. So you can get fancy with it if you want to. Okay? It's on you. It's how you feel. It's your preference. But the victory is the proper term for missionary. Okay? So, the fifth position that we're going to talk about is called simple scissors. Okay? That's simply your back turned towards him. He's in a sideways position and you're like pumping your butt on his penis. Okay? So that's called the scissors. Okay? So that's another thing from like sideways, but instead of you being on your back, you can be backwards and he's on his side and you are riding him from still backwards. Okay? So that's the scissors. Okay? So that's just another fun thing to do if you don't want to lay and be lazy. Okay? You can just get up and you can do your little thing and it's fun, you know. So that's the fifth position, y'all. Okay? So, let me see what I put down for the sixth position. Okay, okay, the sixth position is side to side. Okay, and still, like, when you doing side to side, you don't have to always lay down and do it side to side, okay? You can stand up. He can be behind you. It's like hitting it from the back, the doggy style way. He can be behind you, and you can lift one of your legs up on the bed, have one on the floor, and he can lift one of his legs up on the bed, and he have one on the floor. That's side to side, okay? Thank you. So that's like still different. That's a different position. Of course, you know, if we over, some people, then you got to be over 40 or 30. So been experienced these different positions. But I'm just, you know, telling y'all some different positions, some new positions if y'all want to try them, you know. So, again, that's side by side, okay? So, okay. The seventh position is called the arch, okay? And everybody know I'm not good with the doggy style position. This like I rarely like to be put in doggy style because I don't know what's going on with my walls, but my walls just cannot take all the banging me back there. I don't prefer to be done like that, okay? But I will be preferred to lay flat on my stomach, my breast, and put an arch in my back and let him do it that way. But me just bending over with the arch in my back and him just nailing me to the, no. No, that's not my favorite, baby. No, ma'am. But for those who like that position, of course, you know, this like doggy style, just hitting it from the back, you know, and you got different ways you can do that, but the arch is like a way that you can lay on your back and arch your butt in the air while he's in front of you and he's hitting it that way. It's called the arch. Now, that's the way I would like to do it because I don't like doggy style, okay? So, this not a style I just prefer to do. So, the eighth position is the fusion, okay? So, the fusion is this. You lay on top of him. You have your legs over his shoulder and he's sitting up. This called the fusion, okay? So, that's a different position than like riding, but it's just like you're elevating your legs over his shoulder, and he's under you, and he's doing most of the work because, of course, if your legs over his shoulder, you can't do nothing but bounce, okay? And he got a pump from behind or from the bottom, okay? This probably is why your back is messed up. That's the reason why those positions, I leave them to y'all, okay? Let me drink some water, y'all. Okay, so last but not least, the last position that I have to discuss is called the cross. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right, y'all. I had to get them children under control in there. Okay. So the last but not least position is called the cross, okay? Again, I'm a mother before anything. I got my grandbaby over here. I got my babies. It's the weekend, so hey. They in there having a ball. My dog, she's running out around the place. So, okay. It's the cross. Of course, the cross is like sideways. Okay. You got your leg up, elevated. He got his legs under your butt, and he's entering from that way. Okay. So, those are just quick positions, little 9 quick positions that I wanted to share with y'all, of course. Y'all probably already know those positions. Hey, for y'all probably want to try those positions. You know, some people be willing to try new things. So I wanted to just share that with you guys on my podcast, okay? I will go back and forth with y'all on what positions y'all like. But I was going to let this podcast be like a quick Freaky Friday. Because, like I said, I'm a little under the weather. And I'm kind of congested a little bit, and, you know, I don't want to just be on here long. But I thank y'all for tuning in to Dream World Podcast. The next podcast going to be Toxic Tuesday, okay? Of course, then Wild Out Wednesday. And then after that, Freaky Friday again. Freaky Friday, I would love to have my guests come on here. And I had people to inbox me. What's the fee to become, to come on my podcast? It's a $20 fee for the men only. If men want to come to my podcast, it's $20, okay? So you can cash app that to me beforehand, and then I set it up where you can come on my podcast, okay? So, other than that, I thank y'all for tuning in to my podcast. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. I thank y'all for, coming on, just spread them on me. I'm always, I'm not a planner. I try not to plan things, but I be trying to be persistent because I give y'all the time, and then I want to come on at that time. So I think I'm going to move Freaky Fridays to 8 p.m. Instead of doing 7 p.m. on Fridays, since it's the weekend, I'm going to move it to 8 p.m. Okay? And then Toxic Tuesday, 7 p.m. Wild Out Wednesday, 7 p.m. Okay? So, again, I hope y'all have a good night. I thank y'all for tuning in. Tune in to Toxic Tuesday. I love y'all. Good night.